We are rebuilding Brentford as Rebuild Sombrero is trying his best to take over this team, build them up into not only a staple in the Premier League, which they already are, to be fair. They are sitting in mid-table at the time of recording of this video in the Premier League. But we are going to take that next step, rebuilding Brentford into the best club, not only in England, but in Europe. However, that is going to take a long time. Looking at this squad, there are certainly some talents. Schade on the left wing is only 2274 rated. Mbuemo is only 2480 rated. We have good midfield. Damsgaard is only 23, but Norgard is 30 and Jensen 28. Collins, the Irish centre-back, is 23. I used him in the Ireland rebuild. If you haven't seen that, it is also on this channel. But the fullbacks, yeah, Vandenberg is, of course, coming from Liverpool. He's not really a right back, but oh well. And Henry on the left back is fine with Flecken in net, already 31 as well. Certainly people like Carvalho on the bench, 2174 rated. Igor Thiago, 2376 rated. Wissa right now is at the striking spot, but I'm going to give it to Igor Thiago for the first season. Wissa the left wing spot over Schade as well. I've also found the 22-year-old Scotsman Hickey, who was on the reserves. I've given him the starting centre-back spot over Vandenberg. Vandenberg now, I'm going to give actually Vandenberg the starting centre-back spot because he's higher rated than Collins. So Collins will go to the bench over Ben Mee, who, by the way, just so you know, he's going to retire at the end of the season. Now with the Bees, I'm going for the counter-attacking style of play. It suits the team very well. That is kind of what they are doing in real life as well. And I'm going to show you the default youth academy, where there are 5 players who are quite interesting. A goalkeeper, centre-back, right-back, CDM and centre midfielder, all from the default, and all quite highly rated in terms of actual rating, but also in terms of potential. So, lads, what I'm going to do is promote 4 of the 5 players. Only the 15-year-old, the highest rated, potentially highest rated player, stays in the youth academy. All the others get promoted to the senior team and probably loaned out for the first 1 or 2 seasons. Upon further investigation, I've really found the only lacking spot for right now in the Brentford squad. It is the striking spot. Igor Thiago is not too bad. He's 76 rated with a lot of upside to his rating, but we don't have another striker, which is a problem. We're also kind of spoiled in terms of budget. Given we are Premier League side, it doesn't really surprise me. 53 million for the first season with Brentford. We have made a massive clear-out happen in the first season itself. Josh Da Silva goes to Fulham, Christopher Aya to Real Sociedad, Mads Rös left to Wolves, Kim Ji-soo to a team I don't even know where it is, Rad, I don't know this team. But Ethan Pinnock to Brighton, he was already 31 as well, good money. And Keane Louis Potter, maybe the most controversial one, he's only 2374 rated, but he goes to Brighton. I hope that Brighton are not the rival of Brentford. I don't think so. Paris Magoma goes to West Bromwich Albion. And then an army of loans here. Mostly the players that were promoted from the youth, but also players like Gustavo Nunes and Yeor Yarimoliuk, who have got some potential. Meaning that we are up to an incredible budget of 104 million. We have 3 transfers per season, by the way. The first player we are going in for in this Brentford rebuild is a centre-back. Coming from Greece, playing in the Bundesliga right now. He's only 20 years old. Konstantinos Koulirakis coming in from Wolfsburg at the overall of 77. The second player I'm bringing over is a Premier League legend. I think you can say that. He's now 34 years of age, but still a very reliable keeper. I'm sorry, Flecken, but I just had to go with David De Gea for that absolute bargain of 11 million coming in from Fiorentina. We still have a respectable budget of 63 million for one final signing. I've then gone on and actually sold Mark Flecken to Fiorentina, where we brought David De Gea in from. So they have a goalkeeper at least as well. And Matthew Cox, another keeper, who wasn't really of any use to us, goes to Swansea. And so to bolster our attack, we go to Eintracht Frankfurt for a striker who can give at least competition to Igor Thiago, if not overtake him. It is Hugo Ekitike joining us from Eintracht Frankfurt for 40 million. Big bucks have been paid. Igor Thiago goes onto the bench. He's of course 2 lower rated and 1 year older than Ekitike. Along with Ekitike, there of course De Gea, who is 33, and Kulierakis, who is only 20. So 2 young players and an experienced one. Let's see how this goes with the Brentford side, with Igor Thiago on the bench, with Shadow on the bench as well. I hope we are going to have a good season. It's done and dusted, and we finish in 10th place, smack bang mid-table. Man City are the champions out of Arsenal and Liverpool, but we are in 10th with 50 points. 70 goals conceded is a bit too much. That's the 4th most in the division, but 63 goals scored is good as well. Chelsea win the FA Cup over Arsenal. We've actually made it into the quarter-finals before getting knocked out by Arsenal. And Liverpool win the Carabao Cup over Manchester United. Here we've been knocked out by Northampton already in round 2. That was not great. However, we have done well in terms of the stats. 19 goals for Wissa, 18 for Mbeumo, and 17 for Igor Thiago. But where is our new signing? Where is... oh my god, where is he? Ekitike, only 4 goals all season long. Why didn't he start? De Gea started most of the games, but Ekitike, what's going on? A very competitive first season. 10 win the Premier League. Round 6, which is quarterfinals of the FA Cup. We shall continue like this in season 2. We do have 73 million in our budget for season 2. I am, by the way, promoting Elliot Charles to the first team. He's 16, 61 rated, 93 to 94 potential. Absolutely a necessity. We have cleared out further players. Franco Onyeka, centre midfielder, goes to Ipswich Town. And Vitaly Janet, maybe the biggest one, goes to Aston Villa. Another 2 centre midfielders, 16.3 million. I think you know where this is going. As we are bringing in a new star centre midfielder from Italy. He's 26, 82 rated. The midfield maestro Ederson joining us from Atalanta. His contract was expiring. As we're further looking to improve and upgrade the squad in important positions, we go to Germany to find a new left back. In David Raum, a German national player as well, coming in for 36 million from RB Leipzig. We have now definitely upgraded the squad in 2 positions. The first 11, left back and centre midfield. Ederson 2682, Raum 2782. And finally we have players in their 80s in our squad. Ekitike, I don't know what's going to happen with him and Igor Thiago. I'm just gonna let them fight it out between themselves. De Gea still keeping the 34-year-old still keeping his overall at 84. But here we are in 3rd position, and we were in a title race this season. An incredible title race, by the way, where 7 teams were included. Until Chelsea 67 points, everyone was in the race for the Champions title. Man City in the end get it 1 point ahead of Arsenal and 2 only ahead of ourselves. I'm absolutely proud of this team. We've even won the FA Cup over Spurs on penalties as well. Wow! A first trophy in season 2 already. The Carabao goes to Aston Villa over Newcastle. Here we've been knocked out in the quarterfinals. Once again, very good, competitive 3-1 defeat in the quarters to Man City. And I mean, Johan Wissa was the big man. 24 goals for him, 19 for 86 rated Brian Mbeumo. We have 14 goals for Igor Thiago, who must have played all the games again. 23-year-old, 81 rated Carvalho with 11 goals, 8 assists, and Ederson in midfield up to an 84. We'll have an unbelievable budget of 131 million with Brentford in our first Champions League campaign. And looking at the squad, there is only one player I want to replace, which is the captain Jensen, who is 30 years old already. We have been quite successful going to Italy to sign players before, and that's why we are going back there for another centre midfielder, this time from AC Milan, a 27-year-old. The Dutchman Tijani Reinders joining us from AC Milan for 62 million. He's 85 rated. Going into the third season, we are once again extending our loan army. Bray, Gustavo Nunes, Yarmolyuk, Goddard, Irving and Potts are all going away on loan moves. With Reinders coming into the side, 85 rated at the age of 27. That's the only change we are making for Season 3, our first Champions League campaign, as we are now a fully 80-plus rated first 11 side. going into that Champions League, the elusive best competition in Europe. Even the bench is coming together nicely. I think I'm going to put Igor Thiago in the striking spot because anyway the game is going to give him the most game time. Collins is our centre back. We have Henry still on the bench as left back. Norgard, who is going to retire at the end of the season. Jensen and Damsgaard as our three midfielders. And Schade for the wing with Ekitike for the striking back. The halfway stage of the season, we are sitting in 9th in the Champions League phase. Just outside the top 8. And we'll have to play PSV in a playoff round. On the other hand, in the Premier League, we are only sitting in 13th on 30 points after 24 games. That's not a great season. 7 wins, 9 draws, 8 losses. Arsenal are in first on 46 points. They are 16 points ahead of us. Let's go to the PSV stadium and show them how it's done. PSV against Brentford. It's a 1-1 draw. Lang and Mbeumo with the goals. It is the return leg at the Brentford Community Stadium. Can we go to the round of 16? Yes, it's actually a win. Igor Thiago and Mbeumo again with the goals. Mbeumo coming in clutch twice in a row. 3-2 on aggregate. We go through. In the round of 16, we'll face AS Roma, first at home at the Brentford Community Stadium. Can we get a result against the Italians? No, we actually lose 3-1. Of big sprays, Pellegrini's goal. Cancelled out by Reinders, not really cancelled out. We lose 3-1 at home. Stadio Olimpico, away leg. Can we get a miracle result here? No, we lose 3-2 and go out in the round of 16 of the UCL. 6-3 on aggregate to AS Roma. So, at the end of the season, we finish in 11th, just above our rivals Fulham. 50 points, 12 wins, 14 draws, 12 losses. Smack bang mid-table, just like the first season. Second season probably was a fluke. But yeah, well, now we are down to earth again. Arsenal win the FA Cup over Liverpool. Here we've been knocked out early doors by West Ham in round 3. And Liverpool win the Carabao Cup over Spurs, whilst we've been defeated by Manchester United in round 4. In the end, the Champions League goes to Juventus over PSG. The Europa League goes to Villarreal over Lens from France. And the Conference League goes to Chelsea over the Greek side Panathinaikos. 28 goals by Mbeumo. Brian Mbeumo with 28 goals, 7 assists, 23 and 12 for Wissa. So those two have delivered. But the others, where is Igor Thiago? 12 goals, that's not good enough. 12 assists for Reinders is okay. Quite a big setback in Season 3. 11th in the Premier League. Run-rob of the Community Shield, I didn't even show you that. Not good in the Cups either. Champions League was a nice experience, but we'll have to work hard next season to fill up the gaps in the squad with new players. At the start of the 4th season, we have sold Hugo Ekitike to AS Roma for 45 million because he submitted a transfer request. He wanted out of the club, as well as Damsgaard, who has been loaned out to Sevilla. He wanted more game time, and Charles has been loaned out once more. Just look at his development. He's 18, 76 rated already, the youth academy player. After the sale of Ekitike, we have 128 million in our bank. Unbelievable money. At the start of the 4th season, I go in for an absolute superstar. On the left wing, Wissa is already 30 now. He's 84 rated. But I've decided to put him in a swap deal. He goes to Milan and we get a superstar. An 89 rated Rafael Leao, whose contract was expiring, comes in for only 40 million plus Wissa. We are bringing in Evan Ferguson as an understudy to Igor Thiago, just to have a backup striker on the bench. He's only 22 as well. 82 rated. The Scotsman coming in for 54 million from Villarreal back to the Premier League. After that, we've also sold David De Gea back to Italy, to Atalanta for 1.2 million. Thank you for your service, David. But you are down to an 80. We need a new keeper ASAP. We, however, have to go with a cheap option as we've only got 25 million in our budget. I actually wanted to go in for a bit of a younger keeper, but I had no choice because only about 20 million. And so I went for the superstar keeper, the old man, Thibaut Courtois. He's also 35, just like there. I think there was 36. But he's 18-9 rated. And so this is, you may say, yeah, that was unrealistic. But we are now a staple. We were in the Champions League next season, so we had the right to spend some money. We've done that with an unhappy Leao at Milan. He was unhappy We've brought him in. And Ferguson as well at striker. Bray is from the youth. Maybe a change in tactic could help as well. We should go for wing players. We've now got two very strong in Europe, I presume. 6 plays this season, season 4. 60 points. We are just 3 points behind Aston Villa, but 8 behind Liverpool in 4th. The FA Cup goes to West Ham, surprisingly, over Newcastle. 4-1 as well. We've been beat by Chelsea in round 5. And the Carabao Cup goes to Chelsea over Spurs. We've been beaten in round 3 here by Aston Villa. We are looking at 31 goals by Mbeumo, our superstar. 91 rated at the age of 28. 17 again for Igor Thiago. Better than last season for sure. 9 and 7 for Leao. I would have expected a little bit more from him. A better season, still not as good as the second one. But 6th in the Premier League probably brings us back to either the Europa League or the Europa Conference League. We do have 64 million in our budget. 18 I had to spend on renewing the contracts. We have then gone on and sold both Oli Goddard and Carter Potts, both youth academy players, for 6 million together, and loaned out another 3 players from the youth. We've even gone on and sold Kevin Chavez, now Gustavo Nunes returned from loan. We got 23 million from Roma. Our first signing of season number 5 is going to be a world-class, game-changing left-back who didn't want to renew his contract at Real Madrid, and so we snapped him up. I'm talking about Alphonso Davies, coming in for 50 million, plus Rico Henry, who goes the other way. We've then gone on and signed a bit of a squad role player, an 18-year-old, 77 rated, exciting prospect. Probably the Luka Modric regen in Boban Djuric for 22.9 million from Nice. At the end of the transfer window, we've sold Mikkel Damsgaard to Southampton for 17 million. Jensen anyway is going to retire at the end of the season. Djuric comes in at 18 years of age, 77 overall. Raum strengthens that bench along with Juric, of course. Davies in the starting 11. He's 27, 87 rated. The only change I made actually in the starting 11. Raum is already 30, so that is quite understandable. Hickey is 84 rated for now. I'm going to leave him the right back starting spot, along with Vandenberg, the centre back starting spot. He's also over. We have done it! We are the Premier League champions in season 5. 88 points, 1 ahead of Manchester City and 14 ahead of Arsenal. The FA Cup goes to Spurs over Burnley. Here we've been knocked out by Arsenal in round 3 already. Wow. In the Carabao it is Arsenal defeating Chelsea in the final. Here we've been beaten once again by a very strong opponent very early on by Man City 2-0. Let's have a look at European competitions. In an all-English affair, Liverpool defeat Man City to win the Champions League. The Europa League goes to Sporting over Ghent from Belgium. And we have won the Conference League, defeating Lask from Austria in the final. Let's have a look at how we did that. Defeating Union Berlin in the semis. Defeating Panathinaikos after losing the second leg. Also, where are we here? We were actually in the round of 16 where we defeated Stade Rennais. We were not in the playoffs because we finished in second place in the league phase. That's what you want to see from your striker. I wanted to give him a chance and it paid off. 39 goals for Igor Thiago, 30 goals and 12 assists for Leao, and 19 and 14 for our best player, Mbeumo. 193 million in season 6. We have sold Nathan Collins to Bournemouth for 27 million. As we are now again a Champions League club, I have signed with a bit of weird animations there. The beards are looking a bit insane, but well. I have signed a centre back who gives competitions to our two starters. I'm really confused with those beards. Going in for Estevão de Carvalho, a regen for 107 million. And he may start, may not even start, I'm not so sure yet. And I have just dropped another big amount of money on Lamine Camara, a centre midfielder, 25 years of age, 85 rated. Coming in from AS Monaco, 70 million I had to pay. We have sold another player in Riley Bray, 22, 76 rated, to Alabas, another youth academy player. We now do have a superb squad. Davies and Hickey, the left and right backs, the full backs. De Carvalho goes into that starting spot ahead of Vandenberg. Kulierakis, his partner. Courtois still in net. A midfield three of Ederson, Reinders and Carvalho. And a front three of Leao, Igor Thiago and Mbeumo. Charles returned from loan. He, of course, is now 82 rated. Raum still 85. Camara, 85 rated, cost us 70 million. But he's only on the bench, so I must say we have a halfway point of the season. We are sitting in first place, top spot again, on 49 points, same points and same goal difference than Arsenal. And in the Champions League, we finish in top spot as well, on 20.0 losses. We skip the playoff round and go straight to the round of 16. Right away in the round of 16, we face Bayern Munich away from home in the first leg, and it's a 2-2 draw. Mbeumo with the equaliser, Carvalho with another goal. Hincapié and Musiala score for them. And now the second leg at the Brentford Community Stadium. We go through. Bayern Munich bow out, 3-1 aggregate, 1-0 on the night. Rafa Leao with the only goal of the game. It is quarter-final time and we face Barcelona back-to-back difficult positions. But we beat them 3-0 at home in the first leg. 3-0. Thiago, Mbeumo and Rafa Leao all come in with goals. We are going into the second leg. 3-0 up. Nothing, not a lot can happen here. And it's actually a 1-1 draw. Ederson gave us the lead. Longley with the equaliser. 4-1 we triumph over Barcelona on aggregate. And in the semi-final we take on AC Milan, the big Italian giant. We win 2-1 in the first leg. Lamine Camara with a goal and Gulierakis. Final step to the final. Away at AC Milan, and it's a 2-2 draw after extra time. Mbeumo saved us in the 88th minute, then gave us a winner, an actual draw in the game. With a brace within 7 minutes, he has saved us. Wow. Something absolutely bonkers has happened. Absolutely sensational. We will face GNK Dinamo Zagreb in the final on the 1st of June. Is that a success story or what? Dinamo Zagreb against Brentford in the Champions League final. On the other hand, just about we have won back-to-back Premier Leagues, 1 point ahead of Arsenal. We've also won the FA Community Shield at the beginning of the season against Spurs. The FA Cup goes to Everton over Chelsea. Here we've been once again knocked out quite early in round 4 by Norwich. And the Carabao Cup goes to Spurs over West Brom. Here we've been beaten in round 4 by Brighton on pens. The Europa League goes to Roma over Monaco on penalties. And Aston Villa win the Conference League over Torino. And Mbeumo has scored 29 goals this season. Igor Thiago 28 and Rafa Leao 26. Now it is time for Dinamo Zagreb against Brentford, the unlikeliest of finals at the Olympiastadion in Berlin. Let's go then, the Bees for the Champions Leagues. This is Carvalho into Igor Thiago. Can we create something right away in the first few minutes? This is Thiago into Carvalho. 1-0 already after just 4 minutes. Fabio Carvalho brings us the opener in this game. Here's Cordoba for Dinamo Zagreb into Kulenovic. I don't know any of their players. Maybe now they get the equalizer already after 9 minutes. Wow. Didn't expect that. 9 minutes in, 1-1. Here's Cordoba up against Davies. He's already lost one battle today. Now Bullard into Kulenovic. Into Baturina. I know this guy. Baturina must be their star player. Carvalho. Fabio Carvalho. Looking to unleash Igor Thiago, who can go one-on-one with the keeper, who makes a brilliant save. Still Mbeumo, turning, another shot blocked corner. This is Ederson into Carvalho. Now Igor Thiago, maybe now, this has to be it is, 2-1. Brentford Football Club ahead in the 65th minute, through a goal by their talisman, Igor Thiago. After that ball by Fabio Carvalho, has to be the best player of the game, the man of the match so far. Here's Zagreb again, still trying to do something. But Leao into Carvalho. Once again, maybe room opening up for Thiago, who can't get the shot off. Good intervention by Aaron Hickey. Now we play it fast. This is Carvalho outside the boot. Great save. In on Camara. Want to see what he's all about. Maybe if we switch around. Yeah, like that it works well. Davies also goes off. Raum comes on because he's very tired, Davies. And otherwise it stays like that. Zagreb trying to work their way up the pitch, but they have to be fast, otherwise the game will be over. And we make good tackles. We can even go forward now. This is Ederson into Leao. Not seen a lot of him, maybe now. Can this be his moment? Ederson nearly with the third. It's nearly over, and there it is. We have done it, Brentford Football Club. On top of Europe. On top of the Premier League for 2 years running as well. We have done a wonderful job, also winning the Conference League along the way. Baturina with the goal for Dinamo Zagreb in the 9th minute. We had got an opener in the 4th and the winner in the 65th by Igor Thiago, our talisman. But that is it with the rebuild for today. We have rebuilt Brentford into the best club in England as well as Europe. And that is where the celebrations are kicking in. I'm gonna leave you alone for the celebrations. I'm gonna say it has been Rebuild Sombrero. It's been a wonderful rebuild this with Brentford. I really liked it. Until next time, we will see each other again in a couple of days' time. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, by the way. Ederson lifting the trophy. I'm saying goodbye. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I'm out.